In our streaming-obsessed world, do you miss DVD commentary tracks? Well, fear not, because I, Von Fry, the most scorned critic in all of YouTube, am here to give you commentary tracks for the movies we love and sometimes those we love to hate. Tonight, I've got what I think is my favorite Adam Sandler film, Billy Madison from 1995, starring, of course, Adam Sandler, Bridgette Wilson, and the evil doctor guy from Get Out. But before we get started, I want to give a quick mention to my buddies over at CalderoLab.com, makers of the finest skincare for men. Currently, they do not have a shampoo or conditioner for you to engage in that eternal debate. But you can use my promo code FRY15 to save 15% at checkout. Well, guys, I've got my popcorn ready, the pink Himalayan sea salt, the Reese's Pieces, and I've got a root beer. Yeah, got these on sale the other day, so we're going to have to open this up. And then we're going to twist. Yeah, there we go. And if you would like to watch Billy Madison with me, I am watching this on Peacock. I think it's leaving in a few hours, actually, so you may find this somewhere else. Whatever platform you're on, there is no director's cut or whatever. Go ahead and queue up to 0000 and hit play now. This is a movie that I think I've really first heard about from Siskel and Ebert, and they were trashing it. And, you know, the state of affairs, things getting worse, makes you look back at things fondly. I think this is actually my favorite Adam Sandler film. I don't know what that loud sound was, but I've been kind of jumpy tonight. It's actually Halloween when I'm recording this. And, yeah. Directed by Tamra Davis, whose career unfortunately cut off with Crossroads. I think kind of disappointing. What was that, like 2002? Britney Spears movie. Hadn't really seen a lot of action outside television since then. I think this movie has aged rather wonderfully. It looks so clean and clear, and one would be surprised if you showed this to a kid and said this is from the mid-90s. They might, nuh-uh, you know, something like that. Adam Sandler really was quite the acquired taste for a while. I don't think that one categorizes Bradley Whitford. I just got done talking about Get Out. I don't really think that one considers Airheads an Adam Sandler film. It's a Brendan Fraser film, but this is the earliest Adam Sandler film people like. They reference, it's quite quotable. There's Going Overboard before this. No one watched that. And I've seen half of it and it checked out. It was a dud. Adam Sandler being obnoxious, not a huge hit with critics. But let me posit this. This Adam Sandler is a comedic hero's journey. Billy Madison has to overcome. He's dumb. He's lazy. He has to overcome these things to step up to the occasion, win over Miss Vaughn, get his inheritance, keep the company and the family. When Adam Sandler is fed from the get-go, you're married to Kate Beckinsale, you're married to Katie Holmes, and he's already has a colossal mansion, there really isn't anywhere to go. This is the comedic hero's journey, Billy Madison. Oh, Vaughn, why are you talking up Billy Madison? Well, it's not that I'm talking it up. I'm kind of defending it. I think most people that actually have watched this a couple times like it. I actually prefer this over Happy Gilmore.
I find it just a little bit more quotable. Happy Gilmore certainly has its moments. Really, as far as I'm concerned, the two best Sandler films. And when we say an Adam Sandler film, this is a guy who's in a unique position, similar to Tom Cruise, where if he's the star of it, he's also calling like all the shots, regardless of who it's said is directing. I tell you, I bet you most Star Wars fans really think George Lucas directed the first three movies, for what that's worth. Penguin, if done today, would be CGI. I like looking back at these movies and knowing full well certain things actually happened, because when they were CGI, boy, is it apparent, boy, does it stand out. And that really teaches them, hey, you know what? If we're going to do this next year, let's we learned from the lesson of those guys in '94. Let's not have a CGI penguin. Though you get a pretty good CGI penguin in Fight Club. See, he's a privileged goofball, squandered his time, but he's not mean-spirited. And that's one of the things that kind of helps Adam Sandler in being endearing, is that he's not, in these earlier films, he's not mean to people for the hell of it, typically. They wrong him first and he holds a grudge. He does get a bit punchy, more so, and a bit, goes to quite a bit of fisticuffs, more so than your usual comedy lead. Yeah, there are weird things in his films where, and you'll see this in Happy Gilmore, is weird attraction to the gal who's not necessarily hot, or she's talking up somebody. Yeah, I mean, we're led to think he hooked up with some random immigrant lady that heard him talking on the intercom in Happy Gilmore. And yet you kind of look over that, because you say, well, it's a comedy. It's a bit surreal. And the formula for success here, a lot of it is you need the enemy. You need a grounded, practical enemy who is going about business as usual. And that other guy, man, I can't recall his name, but he's the guy that Billy ultimately leaves the company to. I think he was abrasive Kramer on Seinfeld when they were trying to shoot the pilot, and this guy was like real standoffish. Hey, I'm going to play Kramer the way I want to. Not the way Kramer was telling him to do it. Other things fairly timeless about this film, there's a lack of overburdening itself with technology to point out, oh, you have the old iPhone model, things like that. And then at some point you got to wonder, does mid-90s style, did it come back around? Yeah, he's being obnoxious, but he's not being mean to people. A little weird having these guys over for dinner when it's this should be a talk for the office. Adam Sandler was not super successful on Saturday Night Live. And yet for many, he's seen as sort of a troop leader. He brings all the guys that his buddies along for his movie. But really was sort of a background second tier guy in a somewhat crowded time on Saturday Night Live. Adam Sandler may have actually benefited from not having a massive breakout character. He had the opera guy. You're not going to build a movie around opera guy, but if you had a breakout character, you would get shoehorned with that. And a lot of times it didn't work. They look at Blues Brothers, Wayne's World, and then they keep saying, we'll try it again. We'll try it again. Will Ferrell. Took him a while to really find his way in films because A Night at the Roxbury and Superstar. It was Superstar, right? With Molly Shannon. I'm trying to think. They never did a movie with the cheerleaders, did they? Asian American. Our only son, Billy. It's not too late to have a second kid. If you're rich, can't you just pump out kids? It is a little odd that the family business is this hotel chain. We never go to the hotel. We don't learn anything about the hotel. Billy Madison doesn't have a dalliance with some hotel manager babe, nothing. I don't know when Peacock's turnover is. It's 10:13 my time. I'm hoping they don't switch things off at 11 p.m. Usually it's 2 a.m. Usually, oh, hey, it comes out on Friday. You got to wait till 2 a.m. in Central. If your show comes out at 2 a.m., you can't be pulling them before 2 a.m. Our old guy is going to be answering the door like this. Yeah, the sophomore toilet humor not helping the movie right here. Anybody ever leave a flaming bag of nothing at somebody's door? It's always the crap. But though, this is the first movie where it came to my attention that this was a prank. Billy does seem to have some animosity towards Eric. Also, the villain in Revenge of the Nerds Part 2. Was it Part 2 or just 2? I can't remember. He is kind of a moron. I mean, it gets pointed out that you never even finished high school. I had to pay for you to just get pushed through. I would have liked to have seen some evidence for Eric being a bad man. He seems to be justly annoyed at silver spoon-fed Billy Madison over here. Crazy Carl, huh? That's the guy he leaves the company to. Billy Madison does have heart going for him, though. And he does give this contest a try. to revisit school. I wonder if this would have been a bigger hit if the name of the film related directly to the task at hand rather than a character's name. I haven't actually had food today. I was trying to order the burrito special, $6 burrito at Chipotle. I'm going to look back at this and be like, wow, only $6? I think when I first had Chipotle, close to 20 years ago, I think a burrito was $6. And I thought that was really expensive for a burrito. Well, their app crashed repeatedly and wouldn't take anybody's order. Everybody was having that trouble. Yeah, let's have a special that's only on Halloween and only in the app. Here we go. I'll do each grade in 2 weeks. Take the test and prove I'm not an idiot. We never see a single Madison hotel. Yeah, I'm pointing out a lot of flaws with the film, in part to illustrate to you that if this is the best or among the very best Adam Sandler films, why is he still relevant? And they will occasionally try to do something to say, oh, yeah, he can do some drama. Not really. Not buying it. Adam Sandler is not nearly as talented comedically or dramatically as Jim Carrey. And yet kind of gets a similar sort of treatment. He never had the year of Jim Carrey's 1984. That's just something else right there. Like the 3 biggest comedy hits of the year, one guy. Another reason why I wanted to revisit this film, Bridgette Wilson. It is Bridget, not Brigitte. I'm going to have to look. Wilson Sampras. She has ovarian cancer. It was in the news just a couple days ago. Snack pack. Is that the clearable Lunchables? Oh, I have a feeling a bus would not typically have a route in front of Madison's manor here, in front of the gate. Imagine that in the mid-90s, this guy was obnoxious. Just because he's talking to himself, he doesn't spend a lot of time quiet. Nowadays, you would like to be around people like this. Everybody else is worse. What do you know? The bus didn't stop. This is a movie that I caught on TV mostly. There is a bit of a TV edit, I think, that takes a few things out. Minor plot points. I think involving the principal of the elementary school. Because ultimately he kind of gets bribed and it doesn't really matter. And he comes to the rescue, but it doesn't matter because really Steve Buscemi's there. Bridgette Wilson, Capri, something Capri in her first film, Last Action Hero. But I think most people know her as Miss Vaughn or Sonia Blade. Same year as Billy Madison. Yep, have those beans, kids. Let's involve the class. This is almost how you'd expect a kindergarten teacher to talk today. This spiritualistic, almost hippie kindergarten teacher, this is now the norm, isn't it? Oh, we hug the special people, right? Okay, sure. I'm not really too aware of what the kids in this film have been up to since then. I can tell you that, like, there were some that kind of got around in some other stuff in Kindergarten Cop. The puppy who lost his way. This will come into play later, guys. There is some effective juxtaposition here. Oh, we have the, like, somber, almost like this is for kids type music, and then starts yelling, and yeah. Oh, Billy's really invested in this. Yeah, I disagree with the story. Yeah, in the maybe I haven't. I don't remember there being an F-bomb in this PG-13, but there isn't on basic cable. I thought I had seen this streaming somewhere before. But you know, I've seen it on basic cable so many times. You kind of forget what's actually in the theatrical cut. Here we go with the O'Doyle rules. I'm sure if, like me, you had a Doyle in your high school, you would hear O'Doyle rules, whether they were an O'Doyle or a Doyle. Nope, you have to go outside for dodgeball. I have to have my alone time. If done today as an Adam Sandler movie, you could expect every speaking role is a somebody, and it would be obnoxious, wouldn't it? Everybody has to be a big known quantity. The Doyle kid, it's going to be some celeb, right? I like this more meek approach where we found people that worked. I mean, goodness sake, not every one of his teachers is a star. Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis, best game ever. Combat spelt wrong in the subtitles. They spelt it with a C here on Peacock. Not the way it is on in the title. I don't know if kids could actually understand the argument here. Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis. Mortal Kombat's still relevant. Just had Mortal Kombat 1 come out. Kind of the one he's talking about. Billy Madison mentions Donkey Kong being the best game, which was quite a quality game in its time. See, if you ask me in 95 what the best game ever was, I mean, it'd probably be one of the Mario games. Now, being older, I do see how this could be the mom of this boy. She looks 30-something. And the sad thing, she's probably younger than me now. I mean, yeah, here. A properly dressed bus driver lady. Miss Libby is doing the cock blocking. Lippy. No, it might be passe to pick kids up and put in a car. Everybody's got the SUV now. 95 SUVs. Not nearly as prolific. I guess what helps us turn against Eric is he does plot against Billy here, but it seemed like Billy instigated everything, really. Yeah, you'd see this in like the TV spots or clip in Siskel Neighbor, these low urinals. No milk will ever be our milk, you say, huh? Hold on. Now, I haven't seen the basic cable version when we're not going to get the good version of the Spanish Armada. I wonder if that was ever shot. I highly doubt it ever was. You'll know what I'm saying. We do get the Chris Farley version. That is correct. Of course, you got to drool when you fall asleep on the floor. Oh, the first grade. Sorry, not kindergarten. I think kindergarten counts as a grade, really. Isn't it like mandatory in states? And he's always going to have like some big party when he graduates. Is this the birth of kids having a party or a graduate of a class? Like we didn't, in my age, by the way, I'm not a millennial. I'm a free agent. We didn't have nothing for unless you graduate high school. Now they have graduated. He graduated the 6th grade, graduated this grade. Can we blame Billy Madison for that? Hey, it's me. But you thought that I was dead. I didn't think the clown was dead. I didn't think that we really needed to. Oh, okay, maybe we did. Yeah, he's got some blood coming out there. Being a clown, nobody cares. Got some inside information for me. He likes soda, huh? I was terrible at the spelling bee. I made it through the classroom stage and got humiliated by being the first out in front of the whole school. First round, first word I got, chair. And I said CHARE, chair. My best friend got eliminated on pony. And I was thinking, come on, it's pony. It's like Sony. I think he gave it 2 N's. And being obnoxious, laughing at the girl spelling wrong. Oh, he's so dumb he can't spell couch. You have to say the word after you're done spelling it to confirm that you're done spelling. He didn't. All right, we got through the second grade. And the parties will scale up. It could be worse. It could be working for you. Definitely wants to power through some of these grades so you can spend some time with Miss Vaughn. They gave me Miss Vaughn. Reading is fun book. Ooh, slam. How do kids dress for school today, man? I'm looking at this and I'm just kind of wondering. I mean, it's gonna be loud. Do you get to wear hats in this grade? I don't know. You got the Stern teacher, man. Want to touch the hiney. I think that's quotable. I've heard quite a few things in this movie. Yeah, we need you to play like the black comforting help lady who is really going to be into some Adam Sandler. Would they bother teaching cursive in school now? I've heard these curriculums are so fluid because of equity, diversion, and inclusion, right? Diversity and inclusion. Yeah, diversion, really. Rizzuto must be somebody's name. Is a manager of one of the clubs. I've only had candy today, and yet here I am with the popcorn. I am opening a Butterfinger. Oh, you don't know how to make the Z in cursive, huh? How many days did you guys miss with sickness in school? Because it was totally a thing. I don't think I ever went a full year without calling in sick for school. Just a lot of germs get kicked around school. After school, pretty much bulletproof, just like not sick ever. Except for that thing that started with the C that we're not allowed to talk about. Of course, Principal Anderson would need to be one of Sandler's buddies who always show up. If this was done now, I don't really recall this guy from anything else. I wonder if kids even have a fear of the principal now. Because, back in the day, yeah, you kind of did. Norm Macdonald, a little underutilized here. The other cohort, not a guy I really recognize. And then you're thinking, oh, well, if we need a heavier guy, we can get Chris Farley. Well, we'll have a role for Chris Farley. And Chris Farley certainly had a way of stealing scenes. Oh, of course, the girls are into the older boy in class. You can't have this scene in a modern movie. Like, no way in hell. Principal's kind of into Billy. Okay. There is a recurring forbidden romance thing happening with Adam Sandler's comedies in there. Sometimes I like to see how product labels have changed over time. That Wonder Bread, I think it's changed since then. I was watching Ghostbusters some last night. I was trying to fall asleep. Thought I'd throw on something familiar. And I think a Kikkoman sauce is still the same as it was shown in Ghostbusters, which they started filming 40 years ago, and that makes me feel terrible. Hey, ask Miss Vaughn if she likes anybody in class. I wonder who's asking about this. Yeah, the familiar Adam Sandler yell. You're more of a grown-up than Billy. You ever run across an Ernie? I think I've met like one Ernie, never in school though. Okay, this would be the most fun bus driver ever. Well, I don't know. Otto from The Simpsons could be fun. Look at the mutton chops. And that's assault, brother. Oh, yes, the double dare. I wonder if Pete Sampras likes this scene. Really didn't touch her. Kind of got a bit of arm there at the back of his hand. Oh, I heard you. That's why she says I double dare you. How come Bridgette Wilson couldn't have gotten more projects? Like, I don't know. You kind of would have thought that maybe with Last Action Hero, Billy Madison, Mortal Kombat, like, hey, we're just getting started. Instead, it's like Second Banana and a couple of rom-coms after that. Did you guys ever have to go visit the 100-year-old house? She's starting to come around to Billy. The double dare for the sexual assault was everything it took. Also he gets a lot of points here in a sec, but she's on the path. She's noticing him. Who would steal 30 bag lunches? Man, but they'd each have to eat 10. Those damn sets. Just this the Sandler quality of having like the non-actor type delivery for some of this stuff. This is something I quote from time to time. Had an accident. What? Oh, gee. Goo. Yeah, goo. Okay. But he's like, comes up with a solution. We're gonna fix this. I got an idea. I'll have an accident with you. Everybody pays me. It's the coolest. You ain't cool unless you pee your pants. Now, Miss Vaughn sees through this. She kind of realizes what's going on here. She's not disgusted at him peeing his pants. Hey, Arnie pees his pants. Cool. He's cool. Awesome. Yeah, very quotable. The gross thing ever. Yeah, just a totally quotable scene. Also, this is my favorite part of the movie right here with the bus driver. Okay, everybody's peed themselves except Miss Vaughn. And hi, Miss Vaughn. Nice to see you. And then watch this kind of arm out, and oh yeah, we're looking down this the skirt. Yeah, here we go. One piece of ace. Yeah, I know from experience, dude. You know what I mean? No, you don't. Yeah, this is great. Well, not me personally, but a guy I know. Him and her got it on yet. Chris Farley just. You can't replicate this delivery. No, they didn't. But you could imagine what it'd be like if they did. Why would you imagine somebody else is hooking up with the girl? That's the weirdness of that makes it so good. No yelling on the bus as he yells. Let's see, third grade, 95, 96. Actually, this came out probably summer 95, so that put me 94, 95, I'm in fourth grade. Grant Hill's rookie season in the NBA. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be watering the kid like that. Oh, damn, Miss Vaughn. Oh, it is the hot single mom, but now I'm grossed out and now you can have her. Thanks, Billy. I wonder if his buds, his like burnout, like 30 something friends, if they also have rich dads. You got to get those in the fridge, man. You can't leave your snack pack pudding out like that. You're going to dig up some dirt. You're going to make sure he fails. Who will help me destroy Billy Madison? Well, not Norm Macdonald. Yeah, maybe the chubby principal. Maybe I can dig up some dirt on him, blackmail. See, he got some points. That was a really sweet thing you did for Ernie. No, she's not disputing that. I wonder what the state of the Billy Madison manor is these days. Mildly censored pinup magazine. Not quite sure how we should express that to stay within the guidelines of YouTube. There are a lot of movies that get by not censoring that. Last day of third grade, teacher's alone in your tent. Oh, she was really impressed by that everybody cool pees their pants thing. Oh, she is into Miss Teen USA 1990, I believe. Hey, Carl. Good to see. Yeah, the yelling of that, it works too. Quotable stuff. Carl ratting out Eric here helps secure Carl the business when, hey, Billy, I've got your back. I'll let you know he's scheming. On to fourth grade. This might have came out earlier in 95. Easy as 1, 2, 3. February. Yeah, I was in fourth grade. On to sixth grade. Moving quick. Yes, the all-important lice check. Here we go. Veronica Vaughn gonna stop by, maybe do a little bit of tutoring, maybe. There's also times in movies where there is more, like, oh, she didn't show up yet. Maybe that's something that gets cut out on, compressed for time to fit in the time slot on cable. But sometimes movies get bigger on TV. Hey, we want to fill a 3-hour gap here with Star Trek: The Motion Picture. We have the TV version with even more scenes. The cut scenes added back. It's almost done with the elementary kids. When I went to sixth grade, went to a new middle school that had 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And it was right at the cusp of time where, here we go, Sloppy Joe's extra sloppy for you. Ha 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 ha. Lady, you're scaring us. So yeah, okay. When I went to 6th grade, brand new school, and that was at the point where they started to remove 6th grade from the elementary school. I think it makes sense in a way. There is a chasm, that age gap between kindergartners and 6th grade. Oh yeah, sea-doos in the fountain. You're going to need a professional doing that. Don't let the kids do that. Potentially dangerous. All right, so here's our effort to blackmail. Is it Principal Anderson? And the Sprite can doesn't look that different anymore from that one. He killed a guy when he was a wrestler called the Blob. Is an accident. I don't want it getting out. I swear there's a scene, and I don't think it's going to come up. Like, I feel like I saw it once on TV and never again, where Eric approached this guy and like offered him, I think it was a Lamborghini Countach he was driving, and said, "Hey, if you fail Billy Madison, I'll give you the car." And it's like, "No, I'm not going to fail Billy." Feels like we would have had that scene by now. That the bribe and then the blackmail is the order to go, and we didn't get that scene. I'm pretty sure that used to be on TV. It was like a Lamborghini Countach. It might have been a Ferrari. It was a fancy ass car. Nib high football rules. I don't know who this Nib guy is. Are we supposed to know? Billy Madison listening to Billy Squire. Yeah, I'm cool. I've got an IROC. He's doing the, when I was in high school in the 80s, it was like this. Yeah. Got me an REO Speedwagon shirt. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. And they're like, it's mid 90s, dude. What are you doing? All right, this isn't working, he's thinking. More like Borophyll, right? Yeah. Everybody's got that like grunge adjacent look. Like there's some flannel patterns, right? The plaid. Plaid's the pattern, right? Flannel's the material. Oh, O'Doyle. And I don't believe that's the last O'Doyle. Yeah, cut your underwear so it rips easier when they give you a wedgie. Yeah, I'm in loser denial. But hey, he can be chill. It's temporary for him. Well, I believe you about the 100 friends, a million parties. Stay here as long as you can, right? Lying to the kids. Don't you say you can't wait to go to high school. Don't you say that. And I hope the chubby kid, I hope things worked out for him eventually. And the quiet Indian boy never had a line. Yeah, too much fun. That is why you're doing it again. She's right. Oh, yep, she's his. Kind of tells him, "Hey, maybe you were calling people losers and stuff." Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, and this gets him to call and apologize to a co-star from Airheads. Seems like a fairly innocuous scene right here. Yeah, this is Danny McGrath, yeah. Nib High School in 1984. Yeah, that IROC would have done you pretty good back then. So this is 9 years after graduating. Oh, you probably don't remember. I hold grudges with kids from 20 years back. Oh, yeah, no worries. This guy seems okay. Okay. Yeah, wow, great. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, I like that. But this is funny. It takes a dark turn, and I like it. People to kill on the wall. I need to look. I don't think that list was there in the scene. In like those establishing shots, the wide shots, all that. And let's put on some lipstick. Should have looked at the other names. That banana peel still there, and it will come into effect. There will be payoff for the banana peel. Oh man, Billy Madison's 27. Feel old. Yeah, Billy cheated. I was blackmailed into saying. But you can see during the press conferences, he's like, "I'm sorry, Billy." Like it's like he's admitting he's. Yeah, I'm going to say that Billy bribed me $5,000 to pass him. Oh, I'm sorry, Billy. Like he's also apologizing while doing this. It's weird. Oh, hey, I don't know what's going on. What's up? Should I assume that the actor playing Billy Madison's dad is dead now? Oh, you were behind this. I can tell from the giggle. It wasn't that bad of an idea. I mean, it was a spur of the moment bet type challenge. Sandler films will always bring in the classic rock. A lot of times it's the Cars. You hear a lot of the Cars and Adam Sandler stuff, the TV spots, all that. So now he's on a bender because he's like, well, I guess I lost. May as well do the Leaving Las Vegas thing here. Hang around with enablers. Oh, he's been drinking. Oh, Miss Vaughn's not into that whole bag of crap thing. Also, odd yet convenient that Miss Vaughn is not married or engaged or dating somebody prior to Billy Madison showing up. Kind of makes it easy for her to fall into his lap. Ah, that penguin. You've been seeing that penguin. The imaginary penguin thing doesn't work. This is a dumb running gag, and it never really gets a good payoff. But she saw the condition he's in, thinks, maybe tomorrow I should go check in on him. And this makes for a fun scene because it's a fight, a one-sided fight. Woman gets to beat up the guys. Again, she always, her movies, she gets to fight. She does some fighting last next year. She does plenty of fighting in Mortal Kombat, kinda, although she was, I think, kind of brought in on like a week's notice or something and like didn't do the train. Either way, like, hey, get a blonde gal that did some kicking lately in a movie. It's rough up Adam Sandler, but then at the same time, we turned it into a song and dance type thing. Like, it goes musical. Wet t-shirts, but she's got a bra. This could end up kind of fatal here. Oh, because I don't want the company anymore. Sure you don't. I believe you, Billy. Yeah, I really think that she's entirely believable in this role, too. Here we go with the music part. Nice touch. It separates this film from contemporaries. Like, you just kind of have a weird, sudden lip synced music thing. You would go back. No one can stop you if you try. Don't I have a nice rack? Acknowledges the camera. There we go. I think in part this is inspired by like the Disney Renaissance films that were still going strong. Cause it's me. I bet you thought that I was dead. But when I fell over, I just broke my leg. Got a hemorrhage in my head. The silly, like, marching in place stuff. Yeah, it's very cheesy musical. It's like a musical from a play that would be put on by kids. And then, do you have any more gum? That very much a phrase one would say in school, right? Not something you hear adults say. You want to hide this identity as the Blob, and you're wearing the mask. It's part of my gimp suit, guys. Oh, the kids are here to rough you up. I mean, I was blackmailed. Secretary down. And look at that. He seems to have like a David statue with his head on it and a leaf covering the crotch. And now Eric's secretary's in a coma, yeah, acknowledging the spontaneous random event from the previous scene. Yeah, you blackmailed Max because you tried to bribe him with a fancy ass car he should have taken. I swear that was in a scene. I'm gonna look that up on YouTube. Billy Madison, director's cut. Oh, and now Eric, because he is feeling cheated out of the agreement, has gotten hostile. Oh, you don't give me the company, I'm gonna have to sue. Almost sounds like Jim Varney's laugh as Ernest. So we're going to have a different challenge. And he looks over at, how do we say this? Bruce Jenner. How about a decathlon? An academic decathlon. We're going to have events about what knowledge one would acquire from school. You versus me. Godfather Part 2 reference that kind of for the adults. Manure stuffed. How does one get in there? You'd have to crack open the door of the locker. Yep, the whole door of the whole family going down. I think that's a quoted line people say. Here we go. I got to study up. Norman invasion of England. Year of the events. Sheds clothes. Highly motivating. Magna Carta. What? 15. Spanish Armada. You got to know Spanish Armada. She probably had a bra on anyways. What about the Spanish Armada? What, the defeat of it? Like, what exactly are we going at here? I like this. 1981. 1986. Definitely not right. Please do not do that. Same cadence. It works. Please do not do that. Please, God, give me the answer. I've heard people who have rearranged prompts on like their computer to please, God, give me the answer. Like I've seen that come up. So, something I came across in college. Slow down, whip pan. Oh, and we know he didn't pick up on that. Spanish Armada. 1588. Here we go. That is correct. Seems like we should have had more scenes in this montage before we made the callback to the striptease training, doesn't it? It is funny. I wonder how one even gets the situation in which the bus driver gets involved in that. Dirty, dirty tramp, right? This guy, I need to look him up, but he's so wonderfully dry here as the quiz master of the academic decathlon. It works well. Why we have the guy in the clown suit still in the same clown garb, I don't know. Billy knew he wasn't going to win that, so they're just leave a message. It's about sending a message, right? Billy won the baking. And boy, does this fire get out of control. And in a way that it doesn't really come back up, because like he's not severely burned in the very next shot. Is that right? Boom. And then these guys. Gross. Did you see that guy's balls? Whoa. Neither of them looked like they really had that good of a track run there in the grass, mind you. Surprised they didn't do that on a track surface. What's impressive about pulling the boot out of the beaker or like or the pan? I don't know. He kind of looks like he might actually be playing that violin. And that might be Adam Sandler actually playing that clarinet. Oh, you're not off the book on Hamlet? Come on, man. However, Billy Madison is off book. I don't have to look at the notes. He's in that kind of impersonation of what he was doing in a certain life. Abby Dooby, like those kind of voices and sort of thing. It was a very weird, unique deal. Mario Kart style, hitting that banana peel, and the mannequins go off the cliff. Presumed dead. We never see from them again. That's the comeuppance. Heard the explosions. We didn't see it. Some of these categories are funny. I like how there's a lot going on as far as like ancillary character backstory, lore almost. Like, look, I married common street trash. This guy's hung up on his wife cheating on him. Please choose that one, Billy singing. You think that when Billy looks out there, he sees Miss Lippy, he gets inspired. You think he's going to weave this yarn, and it's going to wow the audience, and it has the exact opposite with the judges, essentially. Yeah, wink to the crowd. Yeah, okay. The world was changing, and the puppy was getting bigger. Oh, okay. Crossfade, commonly understood to reflect a passage of time. Kind of a funny line here people don't really quote. But the industry, my friends, that was a revolution. Sounds inspiring. Nobody understands any of this. Niv-High football rules. Oh, okay, that'll get a reaction. A little bit of that pander to the crowd. Do you know this line for line here? Mr. Madison, what you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. I used to know that. Okay, a simple wrong would... yeah, that's nice too. Simple wrong would have done just fine. Business ethics. That's something Eric won't know about. What exactly is not ethical about this guy? Has he always been doing schemes to get as high up in the business as he has? You're not one of us. You went to Harvard. You're one of those elitist snobs. You know something? I brought a gun just in case. Kick that microphone down. Look at it. The quick evacuation. This is way too dark to get into a movie now. A PG-13 comedy, bringing the gun to a school, right? This is before the school shooting was a thing. And these kids, you know, they got out of the auditorium quick. But look, like I said, there really won't be any catharsis to the principal. Okay, so I lied and the kids got... But hey, I saved the day. No, you temporarily bought time so that Steve Buscemi... Man, I'm glad I called that guy. Thumb up. There we go. That's the actual catharsis there. Hey, maybe there's people you were mean to in high school. Apologize, and hey, it came back around. Want to touch the hiney. He did. He achieved his goal. Billy Madison touched the hiney. Graduate and the company's yours if you want it. You know, Doyle's dead. Eric's surely serving hard time. What even was Norm Macdonald's name in this movie? Well, okay, so you step down as chairman. Do you still, I mean, okay, do you still have a lot of, you know, equity in it? Or like, how does it, you said give the company to Carl? I don't know about that. It's almost surprising we didn't eke a sequel out of this. Sandler has done a fairly shrewd move of not making franchises out of things needlessly. Well, like you can't do Billy Madison again. But what about taking the formula to college in some way? You think he's horny? Come here. I don't recall her saying that. Way to go, Adam. Oh, Norm. With the lunch lady. She's got sloppy Joe breath. Actually, doesn't mean she necessarily ate him. Look, everybody gets a happy ending. Oh, wow. The nerdy guy's in the mucus queen. And, oh, yeah, he's not going to... That looks a little young for him. She found her guy. The bus driver and the penguin. Is that a payoff? Not really. Kind of like just what else can we shoot? We've got extra film to use up. Runtime's a bit meager on this. I think it's just under an hour and a half with credits. Yeah, it's like just under 126 before the credits start. So, hey, that's the way a comedy used to be back in the 90s.
Well, that does it for Billy Madison. Where does this rank for you on the Adam Sandler comedy list? Let me know in the comments below. Till next time, adios.